Yeah, my life is lovely now, I'm focused on me. You said you were about to die, I guess the car is on E. But see, I ain't even tripping, cause I just chose to believe that somebody gon' come around and give me just what I need. I don't wanna see you finding, see you looking down and out. Coming to me crying, saying you miss having me around. Gave you chances and you blew it, you so easily influenced. All the times you told me beat it, now you gotta face the music, I'm saying.
I know that I gotta stay away from all your games. I know that I want somebody else to love me one day. You'll realize the grass ain't greener on the other side. No, you did me dirty for the last time, so now I gotta say goodbye. So now I gotta say
Yo, what's up? It has been a minute. Hold up, we got some background noise there. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Friday. We made it. We always make it, don't we? Killing it. Anyways, it has been weeks, maybe a week or two, maybe, since we've streamed. So, anyways, thanks for jumping on today. We're gonna do our weekly newsletter roundup. Gonna go through that newsletter we send out every Friday at 8 a.m. Thanks for jumping on with us. Hopefully everything sounds all right. It's been so long since I booted up Streamlabs. I hope it's all working still. So if you got any problems, let me know in chat. We should be multi-streaming here over on YouTube and Facebook as well. Let me just make sure of that. Yep, we are live now there. Let's go check out Facebook. You can see us on Facebook at, what is our channel? Bamboo Nation Online. Boom. We're live over there too. Sweet. Things are working. All right. The mice didn't chew all the cables while I was gone. What's up, John? How you been, dude? Saw your message yesterday and I did not respond. I got so busy, so I apologize, man. But I hope you're doing well. I'll be sure and catch up with you this afternoon. Hit you up and say what's up. Anyways, let's get to it, man. I got a freaking busy day today. My schedule is like back to back to back to back. How's y'all schedule? The same? Microsoft Ignite going on this week. Amazing stuff coming out of there. If you haven't seen some of those announcements, I guarantee they're going to be in our newsletter today. So without further ado, let's kick this thing off. That time of year, yeah, no doubt. Oh, whoa, wrong screen. What's going on here? Let's go back. How do I do this now? Gotta change my desktop. There we go. Why isn't my other camera working? So some of the cables did get crossed while I was gone, huh? Here. Bear with me here a sec. Done. Or doesn't it work? Camera probs. Let's deactivate it and reactivate it. There we go. Still nothing. Let's go over to the Brio. What about now? Nope. Well, one more try here. There we go. There we go. All right. So we're back in action. We got us a desktop now. We can actually share a browser. Let's do that. Here we go. SharePoint Weekly Newsletter Roundup. Here we are talking about the latest news over the last 7 days in the SharePoint space. So we're going to go over probably a lot of stuff coming out of Microsoft Ignite. If you didn't know, that is going on this week. I think they're still live streaming today. Let me just go look real quick. It's good stuff, man. It was the keynote from Satya was freaking, it was just awesome. Let's see here, link right here. Yep, still streaming today. Look at that. Got a bunch of on-demand content. Oh, no. Not streaming today. All on demand. Did it end already? Was it only like a 3-day or 4-day? I don't even know. But I've been like trying to catch up on all of them through on-demand recordings on YouTube. So good stuff. Anyways, let's get into it. Weekly Newsletter Roundup. Here we go. This is what it looks like. It's a MailChimp newsletter. So if you want to register for that newsletter, I can get you a link here. I'm going to paste that in Twitch right now, copy that URL, and slap it into the multi-chat, wherever that is. Display unified chat. There we go. So yeah, if you want to register, there you go. There's a link. This is the newsletter. You can get in your mailbox every Friday at 8 a.m. Here we go. Top news stories around the blogosphere and SharePoint events. That's what we're going to cover. The 7 most important announcements from Microsoft Ignite. Boom. Exactly what we want to talk about, right? All right. Azure Arc. So there's a big push. AI. AI was like the theme around the Ignite conference this year. Let me mute my notifications here before they start flowing in. Let me make sure I've got my desktop. I did. Alarms only. All right. So Azure Arc, AI, big theme around Microsoft Ignite this year. Azure Arc is this concept around, let me just read it to you here. So to manage resources across clouds. So let's see, with Arc, the company's taken this a step further as far as like big hybrid scenarios with data centers. So it's about getting your on-prem infrastructure connected to cloud infrastructure and having all that kind of work together as if it's a seamless connection there and they're all in the same place. So Azure Arc is around that type of solution. It works for Linux and Windows servers as well as Kubernetes clusters. Also allows users to take some unlimited Azure data services with them to those platforms. With Azure Stack, Microsoft already allowed businesses to bring many of Azure's capabilities into their own data centers, but because it's basically a local version of Azure, it only worked on a limited set of hardware, right? So Arc doesn't bring all of the Azure services, but it gives enterprises a single platform to manage all of those resources across the large clouds and their own data centers. So virtually every major enterprise uses multiple clouds, right? Maybe. Managing those environments is hard, so if that's the case, Microsoft's essentially saying, let's give them a tool to do that and keep them in the Azure ecosystem. Cool stuff, though, around that, those hybrid scenarios. Project Cortex, so if you're in the SharePoint space, this thing is freaking incredible. I cannot wait to see this. So Project Cortex is like this AI-driven thing that goes out, understands all the data you've got in your Office 365 tenant, your Microsoft 365 tenant, and makes sense of it. Says you've got data here, people talk about this here, this guy seems to know a lot about it because he's got a lot of emails with these keywords, whatever, however it finds and discovers this stuff, it connects all the dots for you on that and then presents a knowledge-based portal practically that's dynamically driven by AI to give you your organization's to make sense of all the data and to provide it in an organized fashion where you can navigate it and make sense of it and stuff like that. So it uses machine learning, it says, to analyze all the documents and contracts in your various repositories, including those of third-party partners, and then it surfaces those in Microsoft apps like Outlook, Teams, and Office apps. It's the first new commercial service since the launch of Teams. That's kind of interesting. Enterprises these days generate tons of documents and data, but it's often spread across numerous repositories and it's hard to find. So with this new knowledge network, the company aims to surface that information proactively, but it also looks at who the people are who work on them and tries to help you find the subject matter experts. Pretty sweet. Another thing announced, Microsoft launched Endpoint Manager to modernize device management. So getting into the MDM field here, they're going to combine its Config Manager and Intune services that allow enterprises to manage PCs, laptops, phones, and tablets that they issue to their employees under the Endpoint Manager brand. So with that, it's also launching a number of tools and recommendations to help companies modernize their deployment strategies. Config Manager users will now also get a license to Intune to allow them to move to cloud-based management. I've used Intune quite a bit. I actually haven't used it in probably a couple of months, so I don't know if changes have been made or not, but it was a little bit difficult to navigate for a minute there. In the world of BYOD, bring your own device, where every employee uses multiple devices, as well as constant attacks against employee machines, effectively managing these devices has become challenging for most IT departments. They often use a mix of different tools, Config Manager for PCs, for example, and Intune for cloud-based management of phones, but now they can get a single view of their deployments with the Endpoint Manager. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella described as one of the most important announcements of the event, and Config Manager users will also get an easy path to move to cloud-based device management thanks to the Intune license they now have access to. All right, Microsoft's Chromium-based Edge browser gets new privacy features, will be generally available January 15th. Check it out down here in my toolbar, which you can't see because I put a block over them. I'm actually using all the latest iterations of Edge Chromium. Been using it for quite a while. What do y'all think about the new logo? A bunch of posts on it on Twitter. Some people are like, man, they're tryhards to be Chrome, but the new logo kind of says that too in a way. I mean, it's round shaped like Chrome's logo, etc. But whatever. Still cool. It's gonna have that IE mode built into it, which is gonna be freaking awesome. Let's see here. So Chromium-based version of Edge will be generally available January 15th. The release candidate's available now. It's a culmination of a lot of work from the Edge team, and with today's release, the company is also adding a number of new privacy features to Edge that, in combination with Bing, offer some capabilities that some Microsoft rivals can't yet match. So thanks to its newly enhanced in-private browsing mode. Why it matters, browsers are interesting again. After years of focusing on speed, the new focus is now on privacy, and that's giving Microsoft a chance to gain users back. Maybe not from Firefox, but maybe from Chrome. At Ignite, Microsoft also stressed that Edge's business users will get to benefit from a deep integration with its updated Bing engine, which can now surface business documents too. It's true. I do kind of appreciate that. Not a fan of this song. I'm gonna skip that bad boy. All right, so you can now try Microsoft's web-based version of Visual Studio. Yep, that's right, VSO. They calling it VSO, Visual Studio Online? I don't know. Sounds right. What was announced at Build earlier this year, Microsoft announced that it would soon launch a web-based version of Visual Studio development environment. Based on the work it did on the free Visual Studio code editor, the experience, the deep integrations with Microsoft-owned GitHub is now live in preview. Excuse me. They did say they want to meet developers where they are. So, while VSO isn't likely to replace the desktop-based IDE for most developers, it is an easy way for them to make quick changes to code that lives in GitHub. Yeah, they were kind of pushing this thing as like a pull request, quick change tool, right? As long as they have a browser, developers will be able to get their work done. Boom. Microsoft launches Power Virtual Agents, its no-code bot builder. If you didn't check that out, you probably should go back and watch this section of the keynote. It was really cool. Power Virtual Agents. So you've got this this no-code builder application now, where you can say, "I'm going to build a bot," pretty much. And the use case was from one of the companies. I can't remember the name of the company now, but they kind of stepped through it, showed a few screenshots of how they automated a bot to add onto their website that allowed this bot builder will let you say, determine through natural language what they're asking, and then do this if it's this, do this if it's that. And it can actually go out and you can train it to use systems that have no APIs and were old school systems. You can train it to click on certain parts of that app, insert certain data in this field, and then run the query and bring back the result based on sort of OCRing the screen and spit that out into the chat to the user. It was just freaking awesome. It was blown away. I was blown away by that. In case you outgrow that and want to get the actual code, you can also do that. So it is a nice no-code type of solution, but you can get into the code if you want to get deeper into it. So why does it matter? Chatbots aren't exactly the top of the hype cycle. They said that actually, but they do have lots of legitimate uses. Microsoft argues that a lot of early efforts were hampered by the fact that developers were far removed from the user. With a visual tool, I assume they're trying to say there, anybody can come in and build a chatbot. And a lot of those builders will have a far better understanding of what their users are looking for than a developer who is far removed from that business group. Cortana wants to be your personal executive assistant and read your emails to you too. A lot of hype around this one. So Cortana lives, woo! It now also has a male voice. So if you were digging or not digging the female voice, now you can get a male voice. Whoop whoop. More importantly, Microsoft launched a few new focused Cortana-based experiences that show how the company is focusing on its voice assistant as a tool for productivity. In Outlook and iOS, with Android coming later, Cortana now can read you a summary of what's in your inbox, and you can have a chat with it to flag emails, delete them, or dictate answers. Cortana can now also send you a daily summary of your calendar appointments, important emails that need answers, and suggest focus time for you to get actual work done. Bada bada boom. Here's a bonus here on this TechCrunch article. They said Microsoft agrees with you and thinks meetings are broken, and often it's the broken meeting room that makes meetings even harder. To battle that, the company today launched managed meeting rooms, which for $50 a room per month lets you delegate to Microsoft the monitoring and management of the technical infrastructure for your meeting rooms. Pretty neat stuff, right? That's quite, that was a quick sum of the 7 most important announcements according to TechCrunch from Microsoft Ignite. Good stuff, man. Just super good stuff. A lot of the stuff that came out of the SharePoint sessions, I guess we're probably going to get into here next, but it really does get deeper than that, than those 7 things. Those were just the high-level items. So Microsoft Project Cortex blends AI and SharePoint to create knowledge networks. So here we are going to dig into that Project Cortex piece, it looks like. I did not have a chance today to kind of pre-scrub the newsletter here, so we're going through it together for the first time. All right, so excuse me. Let's see. It's currently in private preview with limited sign up to use it at this page. Click on that. What do we got here? I accept. Project Cortex. Apply to join the private preview. Give it some data there and submit that back. All right. So you can sign up for that. It is planned for the first half of 2020. SharePoint roots of Project Cortex were highlighted this week by SharePoint team members in a podcast. The idea of creating a knowledge management solution goes back to SharePoint's origins when it went by the Tahoe codename, according to Adam Harmetz, a partner group program manager at Microsoft. In the very first days of SharePoint, one of the first teams that created Tahoe was called PKM, Publishing and Knowledge Management. All right. Let's see, what do we got in here that's good? Okay, so here we go. End users of Microsoft 365 applications such as Outlook, Microsoft Teams, and Office will experience Project Cortex via these so-called topic cards. And this is something they demoed on the stage, which pop up from text. So what it's going to do is you're going to be, according to the demo we saw on stage, was you'll be looking through email. The system will know that there's sort of a term in this email that we have a lot of information around. And it will highlight and sort of hyperlink that term. And then when you hover over it, you get a topic card. And it says that the topic card will show organizational information. So they describe them as similar to people cards, which already exist across Microsoft 365 services. A topic card gets created in the background using AI and metadata, crunched by an enhanced Microsoft managed metadata service. The card information is based on an organization's customers, products, projects, policies, and procedures. It says technically AI is creating knowledge entities, a new object class in the Microsoft Graph. The announcement explained the relationships between these topics, those knowledge entities, and the experiences that connect this knowledge and people creates your knowledge network. So the managed metadata service, they say, automatically mines tags associated with content. It can also import, export, and integrate custom taxonomy with third-party systems. You're going to find topic pages, which display content selected by AI. They also have access to a knowledge center page, which offers a personalized view of relevant knowledge across your organization. But all this stuff, right? All this amazing machine learning stuff going into it. It's just going to be awesome. Cortex uses Nadella during the Ignite keynote suggested it'll be possible for Project Cortex users to query Word documents using their voice. It might be used to surface details like contract payment due dates, for instance. Is that it? Yep, that was it. Project Cortex, gonna be amazing. I cannot wait to see that. I want that link. I'm definitely gonna go sign up for that. That's it? Yep. Saving that one. You should too. Actually, I'm gonna paste it in chat so you can get some of that. Oh, I should have done that in the unified chat. There we go. There we go. Right, hold up. Okay. There we go. We're definitely going behind on time here today, but Microsoft reveals upcoming improvements to SharePoint. Boom! SharePoint love. There we go. So this is coming from, where are we at? neowin.net. What are they saying here? Microsoft's been busy with announcements at Ignite, no doubt. And another set of news comes from the SharePoint team. The company shared some of the upcoming features for the service, starting with SharePoint home sites, which is now beginning to roll out worldwide. They're also adding more branding capabilities, starting with the ability for companies to add custom branding to the SharePoint mobile apps, with options to add a logo image, choose app theme colors, and more. What else? There are also new branding capabilities for both website footers and headers, including a new shy header option, which makes it possible to hide the header on the website. Microsoft's also bringing the Fluent design system to SharePoint websites and transitioning the default color from blue to teal. SharePoint Lookbook has received an update too. I've already used it. It's awesome. With more samples of what SharePoint websites can look like and making it easier to add those designs to your tenant and make them look like your own tenant. SharePoint's also getting a new few improvements for the hubs. Hub permissions allow businesses to manage access to associated sites. So Hub Analytics provides insights into how the hub is being used. And associated hubs allow search and discovery to be done across hubs. Audience targeting for hub navigation allows navigation items to be targeted at employees based on their job role, for example. It's also being made available outside of hubs. Microsoft's made improvements to page, news, and web parts in order to reduce the need for custom code. These include image resizing, along with new stock images, version history, and page difference visualization. Can't do that song, sorry. What else? An updated Yammer Conversations part with improved performance and the new design, and a My Feed web part that brings up relevant content for the user. Another new feature is the ability to write posts and create pages in advance and schedule them to be posted at a specific time. Finally, SharePoint's adding multilingual capabilities so websites can be presented in different languages and allow users to view them in their preferred language. Ties with the version history feature above to let translators know when changes have been made. Nice. This is all going to be rolling out different time during the coming months. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. What else? Microsoft announced new Fluid Framework public preview at Ignite 2019. Let's check that out. Fluid Framework is a new technology and set of experiences that make collaboration seamless by breaking down the barriers between apps. It offers 3 capabilities. I was going to say, I can sum this up, but let's just see what they say about Fluid right now. If you don't know what Fluid Framework is, let's see if we can explain that right here. So first, experiences powered by the Fluid Framework will support multi-person co-authoring on web and document content at industry-leading speed and scale. All right. Second, it provides a componentized document model that allows authors to deconstruct content into collaborative building blocks. A lot, you probably aren't understanding that through that, and use them across applications, combine them in new, more flexible kind of document. Third, the Fluid Framework makes room for intelligent agents to work alongside humans. Okay, so is there no, there's no summary here. So Fluid Framework is this amazing concept where you can componentize a section of, let's say you're working in a Word document. You insert a table in the Word document. You start working on that table, but you need input from others on the content that goes into that table, right? Maybe it's got some information from the sales team that you need to input in there. Well, with Fluid Framework, you could copy that table, select it, Control-C it, and then paste it into Microsoft Teams, into the sales chat maybe. And sales chat can now work with that table in Microsoft Teams, adding data to it, and as they're editing that table in Microsoft Teams, it's updating in the document because it's now this weird component that can be interacted with across multiple mediums, right? Teams, documents. Where else did I see examples of that? In Excel itself, right? Just unbelievable. Really cool stuff. Componentizing that kind of thing. Ignite 2019 new Office mobile app for iOS and Android includes Word and Excel. That's right. That's out. I'm not going to go into that in detail here because we're running out of time already. Microsoft debuts over 50 Power BI additions. Let's see what they got in here. Had a busy Ignite, no doubt. Let's see here. Specifically, over 50 new features for Power BI data flows. They announced 7 new data connectors in Power Query Online Get Data. There's now support for PDF files, SharePoint folders, and Google BigQuery. You can check out all the data connectors additions below. PDF files, folders, SharePoint folders, Google BigQuery, HD Insight, Spark, Apache Spark, generic ODBC. What else? They recently introduced over 40 new capabilities. All these fall under the following categories: combining files, UX, merge queries, blah, 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 data profiling, query parameters. Cool. Bunch of updates there to the Power BI platform. I did not actually know that. I have to go back and read that in more detail. Microsoft Edge to launch without key features. What kind of key features? Let's see, what's it saying here? Still missing key functionality, most notably extension sync, but also history sync. Those won't be ready in time, and Microsoft told NeoWin that they just were not important enough. Wow. That's an issue because Microsoft also said that the new Edge will ship as part of Windows 10 as soon as it's released. So the firm is not waiting for the next major upgrade, Windows 10 version 20H1, to make this change. Instead, it'll ship the new Edge to PC makers immediately, even though it's incomplete, and roll it out automatically to current Windows 10 users as well. Interesting. It's 12:30 on the hour. The half hour. Let me see. All right, I'm still good on time. So if you guys are all right, we're gonna hang out and continue going through this thing. So yeah, Edge not complete. The 2 things they're mentioning that are not